Did you get your makeup done? We're about to go on camera. Look at the boogers on your eyes. You look good? Okay, smile. Let me see. Smile? Okay, good. What's up, guys? This is Josh. And today, Ryker and I, we're doing a video on tricks of the trade. Isn't that right, buddy? We're gonna let them in on all the little secrets, all the little tricks. All right, let's do it. Okay, trick of the trade number one. Just about every dog trainer who I respect, who I admire, who I think is on top of their game, they know this little trick of the trade. They do this little thing because it is super helpful and it's super clear to the dog, and it is called the infamous heel tap. Okay, the heel tap has many uses, but one of the most practical ones is while you're on the walk with your dog's in the heel position. Let's say your dog's being pushy and trying to go out in front of you repeatedly. They're just, just that extra, look at this, I'm letting him do this right now, just that extra inch ahead. And you guys know how I like my dogs. I like them back further. So I can utilize a heel tap, okay? Now there's two different heel taps I'm going to show you, and they both have different purposes in my book. Heel tap number one. This is going to be done with the left leg, meaning this leg here, the leg that's right next to your dog. Now, let's talk about placement. Sit. Good boy. As I'm walking my dog, as he's coming out in front of me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my left leg up and then boop, give him a little tap, hence the name heel tap, to the chest, moving the dog back. It's giving a boundary, a physical boundary, so it's easy for them to learn, super clear, and it actually helps move them back, okay? So it's boop, right there to the chest. Let me show you guys it in action once he gets a little pushy, which isn't really hard for this guy to do. All I gotta do is let my guard down a little bit and he'll start creeping out. Okay, I usually accompany this with a little pop afterwards too. So here we go, he's pushing, take my left leg, tap, pop. Let me do that again, that was sloppy. You guys see it there? Now watch what happens. What happens is he knows that he needs to carry himself far enough away that foot can't reach him. Ready? This is really sloppy camera work, and I'm sorry, but look what happens. You see what I'm producing? Good boy. See? I'm not actually tapping him there, I'm just lifting my foot, and he knows that means don't come any closer, okay? It's just a little tap with the heel to the chest. The other heel tap is more for when your dog is tuning into something out in front of you. Maybe they see a dog or a squirrel or something, and they go, what the heck is that over there? The heel tap that you want to utilize for that is in the back, because if you tap somebody on the shoulder when they're looking in front of them, they're naturally going to disengage with whatever's in front of them. So the idea here is, good boy, the right foot is our primary tool here. It swings around and catches the dog right between the ribs and the pelvis. Did you see that? This spot right here. This spot right here. Okay? So, this is what this looks like. Okay? We're walking and he goes, what's that way out there? Now, I'm not gonna give him an actual one because he's not doing anything wrong, but I'm gonna barely put my foot in the position where it needs to be in. And this stuff's done pretty quick too, okay? So I'm moving along, and then all of a sudden I take my right leg and I swing it right there, okay? And then I accompany it with a pop. I always accompany these things with a pop, okay? Because the dog's body might move a little bit, and then that pop just gets them right back into position, okay? So, good boy. So if you guys can see again, my heel comes around, taps right there, okay? Comes around, taps right there, all right? And this creates it, the dog who's focused on another dog or whatever it is in front of them, they disengage, they get a little consequence, and they're back to reality with you. And the heel tap is a huge trick of the trade. The other trick of the trade that every great professional that I admire is able to do is it's hard to define, but basically what it is like, it's a shift in your energy. It's a shift in your demeanor. It's hot and cold. It's good cop, bad cop within your personality. And what I mean is, when we're training dogs, we want to be obvious to them that we either like what they're doing or we disapprove with what they're doing. So a lot of really great trainers use their demeanor, use their energy, use their body language, use their personality to say, I like what you're doing, or I don't like what you're doing, and being able to switch between good cop and bad cop almost immediately. So, for example, as I'm working with Ryker here, he's doing a good job. So I make sure I'm pleasant to be around. I say, good boy a lot. I pet him. We're having a good time. I'm soft and I'm pleasant to be around. If he started to do something that I disapprove of, then I switch and I start to harden up and I start using a lower tone. No, a little firmerness in my body language and everything in general. As soon as he softens up and starts to give me what I want, then I soften up too. And what this does is it creates a dog who wants to please you. They do, because they want that part of your personality to be the one that they're spending time with. So once they figure out that their actions directly relate to your actions, meaning they are the ones who are going to be in control of whether or not they're getting your soft and playful self or your stern and firm self, then they get the idea and they start to do these actions that you enjoy them doing so that you're more pleasant to be around. So that's a trick of the trade. Use your personality as a tool. Right along those same lines, another trick of the trade as a professional is to be able to have control over your emotions and be able to train a dog objectively rather than emotionally, right? Using more of your head than your heart, if you will. So this allowed you to make proper decisions. If you look over here, Ruby right here, there she is. She's a pretty anxious animal, a pretty anxious dog. So I can't come and try to train her with a bunch of anxiety and nerves because it's not going to help her too much, right? I need to be confident and calm so that I'm the pillar in our relationship. I'm the one she can lean on to guide her through. So another trick of the trade is to work on yourself and make sure that you have control of your emotions so that you can train with your head, more of your head and less of your heart. Of course, we love what we do, so there is definitely the heart in there, but we need to be able to think objectively about what we're trying to accomplish and how we can help a dog. If we let our emotions get in the way, oftentimes this stunts the development and growth of the results that we're looking for. Okay, our final trick of the trade that I'm going to share with you today is called setups. What I mean by that is when we're training a dog up on a command, once they know the command, we like to set them up to make mistakes so that we can get opportunities to correct, to teach them what not to do, which is equally, if not more important, than teaching them what to do. So this is how we set a dog up. So my friend Ryker's on the place bed. He knows the command place. Now I want to teach him what not to do. So what don't you do when you're on place? Get off the place bed. So how we do this is we actually set our dogs up to make the mistake. So you can use squeaky toys, you can use tennis balls, you can leave the room, you can use food, whatever it is, as long as it triggers your dog to make the mistake to get off, and then we say no and we correct and put them back, okay? So this is not only for place, we do this for everything, right? We do this for heel. If our dog knows heel and they're in heel, we can set them up by walking back by distracting things where they go out of the position, they make the mistake, so we can correct and put them back. Same with down, same with sit, same with recall. It's called setting your dog up to fail in order to succeed. No. Place. Down. Good. And now we repeat, because this is the thing that got him to get off, so we repeat the same exact thing again. What's that? Woo. Good boy. I hope this was helpful, guys. This is just a few tricks of the trade that I could think of off the top of my head that I know that I use on a daily basis, and I know a lot of my professional colleague friends do as well, and they can be lifesavers if used appropriately. So I hope it helped. Go ahead and try some of this stuff, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Ryker, did you learn anything today? Hey, did you learn anything? Were you even paying attention? Were you? That's Ryker for you.